is life. Your health matters. You matter. Health begins in the spirit and the mind. Take time to love you. Live well. Be well.
Let's go!
Health matters to me.
Come on, get up, cause you tuned into the station for your morning motivation to get your education for your health and your spiritual needs.
Health matters to me.
Yeah, strong will to empower the people, to promote the peace, though. Positive attitudes, baby, that's a lifelong dream goal.
Health matters to me.
Yeah, health matters and we're here to help you become the better you, to be the best you, the best version you can be.
Health matters to me.
Yeah, and it's time for this classic, fantastic food for your soul. Here's Jackie and Coach Patrick right here. Let's go.
Health matters to me.
And everyone, I'm Jackie.
And Coach Patrick.
Welcome to Health Matters live podcast this morning, where your health matters.
This is another beautiful day, Jackie, the Lord has made.
And we're going to choose to rejoice in it, Coach.
There's no other thing to do but rejoice. We're commanded to
Absolutely.
do it. We're commanded to
Yeah, we have to make that choice. We have to choose to. We have to push past our feelings and push past those things. We don't ignore them, but we got to push past them, and we got to, choose to rejoice, choose to
Choose.
have
There you
our
go.
happiness
It's
and
all
joy.
about choices. Jackie.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Keeping in mind that the joy of the Lord is
It's
our strength.
So, guys, welcome to Help Matters this morning. So glad to be among you this morning, guys. We are in a end of another month.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Where are they going?
I don't know.
Tomorrow,
Yeah.
June 30th, guys. How about those temperatures, guys? We have had some extremely high temperatures
Very,
this
very hot.
month, guys. We really have, and it's very high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So listen, we want you guys to join us right here every Saturday at 9 a.m. as we bring you relevant information pertaining to your health and well-being. Listen, we'll have healthcare professionals come on and join us from time to time on the show to help us, assist us in helping you to become the best you that you can be as it pertains to your health and well-being.
So, guys, you already know what to do. Head over to Facebook, Get Fit with Jackie Fitness, and like our page and subscribe to our YouTube channel to help us promote health and wellness, guys. So, all right, guys. Yes, we was talking about those temperatures, Coach.
We were.
Yeah, we
Very hot.
we was in triple digits. I
Very,
mean,
very
it was
hot.
like walking in front of a fireplace.
Yeah, walking outside into
Guys, so
into a
guys,
heater.
stay hydrated out there. Replace your electrolytes, guys. Add some lemons to that water. Get your water in, guys. Hydrate. You got to hydrate. Watch your workouts. Watch the intensity. You may have to shift what time you work out if you're running outside. You may have to get up a little bit early and run a little bit later. But guys, I mean, it's been like 85 degrees even at 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, it's been very hot. So.
I know. And guys, I hope you enjoying the Olympics trials. We're getting ready to have our Summer Olympics. It's going to be exciting.
Yeah,
It's going to be
starting next
exciting.
month.
Yes,
Doing the
yes.
trials
Got a
now.
good track team this year. Woo, my favorite.
Looking forward to it.
I am too.
So as we move out of this great month of June, we just want to wish those that have celebrated a birthday in this month of June, happy birthday. Our daughter-in-law, Crystal, celebrated her birthday this month on the 17th. So happy birthday to you and anybody else that celebrated or shall celebrate a birthday this month. We got today and we got tomorrow. So happy birthday and enjoy yourself, celebrate yourself, and enjoy as you age gracefully to the next year. It's a
Right.
privilege to age. A lot of people talk about aging and don't like aging, but you have to be careful with your words. It's a privilege to age. You just want to age gracefully as you could possibly can, by taking care of your body as much as you can. And also, the first and foremost, having a relationship with God, being connected with God is so important, to have a relationship with Jesus Christ. And also anniversaries. Happy anniversary to everybody that got married, jumped the broom, tied the knot, however you did it, you did it. And just know that you are becoming one and just putting forth the effort to be the best husband and the best wife that you can be
Amen.
as you build family and build memories and just love each other.
Yeah,
Just love each other.
absolutely. We're gonna,
Happy anniversary
we
to
I
you.
think we missed that subject this time. But when we was about families, I think we need to pick that up
Oh, we'll get it.
next month. We're
We'll
gonna
get it.
we're gonna
We'll
pick
get
that
it.
up and
Mm,
talking about family, relationship, blended
most definitely.
families, and I think we kind of missed that subject. But guys, we are so excited, Coach Patrick and I. We're enjoying this summer, even though we got some high record temperatures, but we're enjoying it. We got some things coming up and brewing up. God is doing for this fall coming season. So we are excited. We're excited,
Excited.
guys. So we will be bringing that to be announced.
Hmm.
Information out soon. So just enjoy your summer. And Coach Patrick and I is just we excited
Most
what God
definitely.
is
Most
doing,
definitely.
and we'll be
Well, God is always up to something,
absolutely
and He's
yeah
always doing
shifting some
something.
things, changing some
Right.
things. Mission
Right.
still the same.
Right. That's why it's always good to be in expectation that God is
Absolutely.
working into and through your life. But we want to acknowledge our sponsors, Aiken Chiropractic, Dr. Dan. When your spine is aligned, your body is too. Aiken Chiropractic is located at 425 Lawrence Street Northwest in Aiken, South Carolina. Their number is 803-641-9191. And their website is aikenchiropractic.com. To be a sponsor, a partner, a friend of this broadcast, you can call 706-592-8862. And we would love for you to help us do what we do, not only on Saturdays, but what we do in the community to help people live a healthier and more active lifestyle and to manage and prevent chronic diseases.
Absolutely. And so, Coach, we're wrapping up Men's Health
Men's
Month.
Health Month.
And so, so important, that we discuss men's health. That's a subject that is rarely discussed,
Right.
but people are becoming more aware now. The
Mhm.
more information we're getting, and the more people are sharing information and putting information out there. But you want to make sure you have relevant information
Most definitely.
and not misuse, misunderstood, and
Right.
misinterpreted information. And so, Coach and I try to do our research and network with doctors and
Mhm.
make sure we study this research and study this information before we bring this information on our podcast to the people, so
Right.
you can do your own research. And most of the things that we do is out there. We just taking the time to research, and we just thank God that He given us the grace to just be able to go on here and share this information that we have that can be relevant to you, and how it can pertain to you, and how it how it fits you.
Most definitely. And it's about awareness,
It's
and
all about
that's
awareness.
what we do.
Yes,
We
you're
think
right.
if you know better, then you'll do better. So,
Right.
and that's what we do. We bring awareness. We're not experts in every area that we talk about on this show. That's why we have professionals come on. That's why we want you to call in, because you might be the professional in some of the things that we talk about.
Right.
Or, add your comments to the comment, and let us know what's on your mind, what you're thinking about. But this morning, before we even get into the subject, I just want to remind everybody that Jackie's book is out, Still Becoming,
Coming.
a woman's journey to from wellness to wholeness. So get out there, go out to women'sowning.wellness.com. Again, women'sowning.wellness.com is ticking across the screen there, and visit that site and go ahead and order your book if you haven't done so already. If you've already ordered it, which we have many orders, go ahead and go out to Amazon and rate it, review it, so that we can get this thing popping, and let women know that, hey, if you read this book, it will change your life if you practice the skills and tools that Jackie give you in this book. It's an awesome book, got some awesome reviews on it, and I believe that it'll change your life.
Amen. And absolutely. And it I have read it about two times, and it really have changed my life. I kind of looked at it like, did I write this? But through God and my testimony, and just bringing practical wisdom and past experiences, and just bringing it into just giving it to God, and just allowing Him to help me be transparent. And I believe that there is a season, God allow people, to share their story,
Most
to be
definitely.
transparent,
Right.
because some people can't be transparent because some people have not moved away from their past, or
Hmm.
it may hurt.
Most
And
definitely.
it's not that you'll forget your past, but you move forward without it being so painful and hurting, but but God has to do that. But you have to allow him access in your life to be able to do that. And there's a time and a season for it. As with me, it was a time and a season for me. He allowed me, that's why I say he allowed me to share
Mm-hmm.
my story, but he brought the practical wisdom and the training and everything that he has done in my life and that I have received over the years through that, and just mixed all that together. That's why it's a journey from wellness to wholeness, because we can be well, but we can't be whole, and we have to be whole with him first so we can be whole within ourselves. And that's what it was about, becoming whole with him so we can be whole with ourselves.
That's awesome. That is awesome, Jackie.
Yeah.
And I believe that if they read that book, then it will help them.
Yeah, and you can also go right to Amazon, click Still Becoming. Jacqueline Dennis will come right up. Purchase the book. We have some awesome read the reviews, guys. We have some 5-star reviews on there, and it's not that I'm bragging or putting my pat myself on the back, but I'm just letting you know
Well, it's
this
to
is
help the
God
people,
doing,
and
and
we have
it's
to let them
okay
know it's out there. Yeah.
to be happy and joyful what God is doing, because it's it's marvelous in His sight.
Right. And it's something to help the people, and that's what we
Exactly,
do.
and
So
it's
you
all
wouldn't know
about.
it's out there, we wouldn't talk about it. So yeah.
Amen. And that's it. So, guys, we just thank you guys. Just continue. But you know what that is. That is Help Matter Happening Tune, and that we bring you relevant information that pertains to your health and well being.
All right, as Jackie said, this is Men's Health Month. So the Health Matters happening this morning is about men's use of preventive health care services. The National Center of Health Statistics, the NCHS, released this report back in 2014. The NHS released a report that looks at preventive health care service use among groups of men aged 18 to 64, married men, cohabitating men, and other not married men. The consistency of observed differences by age and health insurance coverage status were also investigated. Previous research has demonstrated that married men are more likely than not married men to seek preventive health care services because their spouses encourage them, nag them. No, just joke. Because their spouses encourage them to do so. It was not known, however, whether cohabiting partners of not married men play a health promoting role similar to that of spouses. Key findings from the report: among men aged 18 to 64 who were married were more likely than cohabitating men and other not married men to have had a healthcare visit in the past 12 months. Marriage was associated with greater likelihood of a healthcare visit for both younger and older men and for men with health insurance. Among those for whom blood pressure, cholesterol, and diabetes screenings are recommended by the U.S. Preventive Services Task Force, married men were more likely than cohabiting men to have received these clinical preventive services in the past 12 months. Cohabiting men were less likely than others, not married men, to have had a healthcare visit, cholesterol check, or diabetes screening. So, we talked about it earlier, how some men just don't go to the doctor or they'll wait till the last minute to be seen by a healthcare provider. Well, we see that men that are married are more likely to go because they have intervention from their wife to go and see a doctor and take care of themselves because the wife want them there for a long time, and they should want to be there
Yeah, and
with
vice
their wives
versa.
for a long time. Yeah,
Wife want, husband want wives here for a long
most
time. So
definitely.
it's vice versa. So,
Most
I mean,
definitely. We have to take care of each other. That's what marriage is about. The Bible says two is better than one.
right.
But everybody ain't meant to be married now. So, if marriage is not for you, then and you can do without being married, then hey, you're awesome. But if you want to be married, being married is a great thing. Is a great thing. It takes work to make it work, but you can work it. All
Yeah.
right.
All
So
right,
let's
guys.
get
So
this
we're gonna get
subject
into this
going.
subject, guys. So y'all chime into this conversation. We don't have to be in this conversation alone. Y'all can chime into this conversation. The number is 706-592-8862. Or you can, hey, put your chat on Facebook or YouTube. We're screaming on both. So 706-592-8862. You can chime in on this conversation that we have. And so we're going to get into this conversation,
Most definitely.
menopause,
Men,
which
male menopause.
male menopause, which
You
is
know, a lot of
called what?
men might say, "What?"
Yeah, which is
Male.
called what? Known as what?
Andropause.
Andropause.
Yeah, andropause. So male menopause, and a lot of men may say, "What are you talking about? We don't deal with that stuff." Well, not like women. You know, women at a whole different level when it comes to menopause. But there is a term used by medical people called male menopause, but it's actually called, the doctors use the term andropause a lot to describe it. But aging-related hormone changes in men, sometimes, as I said, called male menopause, are very different from those in women. So we can't even compare the two. You know,
We
and the
just have a
thing,
little bit more.
and the thing about menopause in women, it don't only affect them, men. You know, it affect you too, right?
Oh yeah.
So we get it from both ways. You know, we have our own hormone changes, challenges that we have to deal with, and we have to deal with our wives' challenges too, right? If y'all know what I'm talking about.
I think they do.
Yeah. But hormone changes, you know, is a natural part of aging. Jackie talk about it when she talks about women menopause all the time. You know how you have to just embrace what you're going through. Of course, get God involved, do the things that you need to do to minimize the effects of it. But it's natural, and it's part of aging. Unlike the changes that occur in women, we don't get it as bad as men, but we do have sex hormone changes that occur gradually in men, and those are the things that we're going to talk about briefly on this morning, because there are some things that I can mention that we can really do a deep dive into. But man, we just want to bring awareness. I'm going to throw some terms out there that you may have or may haven't heard of. And if you haven't heard of it, I'm going to encourage you to grab that word and go and do some research on it so you understand some of the things that your body is going through. Um, as I said, male menopause, many doctors use the term andropause, Andropause, as a term to describe age related hormone changes in men. There are other terms that include testosterone deficiency syndrome.
Yeah,
We're
the
all familiar
decline.
with that,
Yeah.
with testosterone and what happens with that. Then there are other hormone declines, with the hormone declines over a period of years, of course, because we're talking about aging, and the consequences aren't necessarily clear because it's different for everybody,
Yeah,
for every
and they
man.
said that Mayo Clinic said that 1% every year, man testosterone decline
After the age of 30.
after the
Yeah.
age of 30. Between the age of 30 and 40,
Right.
it began to start decline 1% each year. Yes, so yes. Um, um, and many doctors would have used the term andropause, age-related hormone changes in men. And other terms include testosterone deficiency syndromes, androgen deficiency of the aging male, and the late onset of male hypogonadism. What is that? Guidism that they use. So I know some of these terms. I may not pronounce some of the words correct, but it's real, guys, and talking about this has not been really open, to men. I
Hmm.
mean, we just really start talking about women
Hmm.
and menopause. When I grew up, we didn't talk about it. It was called about the change of life. You're gonna go through the change of life, but no one talked about
Most
hot
definitely.
flashes. They didn't talk about all the ins and out that goes with that. But even with men, so that was not even heard of, Coach.
Right,
Talking
right.
about
And that's why
what
we
men
bring it,
go
right,
through.
and that's why we bring an awareness to it, so men can grab onto this thing and know, what's going on. You can be specific in your prayer when you're praying to overcome and be able to handle the things that you go through as you age and as your body changes. I mentioned testosterone. Everybody pretty much know about that. If you don't know about testosterone, then go out there and get you some more information on it so you can dig into it and know what it's all about. As I said, about 1% a year after age 30, your testosterone levels start to decline. Now, a blood test is the only way to diagnose a low or reduced testosterone. So sometimes we feel and we want to say, well, it's my testosterone levels, but make sure you get your doctor involved, your healthcare provider, to find out if that's actually what it is. Because, like I say, men are different. Some men have a lower than normal testosterone level without signs or symptoms. So the only way to know if you actually have it is to see your medical provider. And in the case that if you're not having signs or symptoms, then no treatment may be needed for low testosterone. So that's why it's so important to go to your doctor, visit your doctor for that. Two other things that we're going to talk about this morning, just briefly, is bring your web is androgen deficiency, what that is of the aging male, and late onset male hypogonadism. And these are words that you probably never even heard of, and that's why I'm gonna put it on the ticker down there so that you can know how it's spelled, and you can go and you can do some research for yourself on these two words if you've never heard. So it should be on the ticker there. A couple of words that we're going to talk about a little bit. So we talked about testosterone a little bit and talked about what it is and what it's about. So what I want to do is just tell you just give you some tips about some of the things that happen, or what you can see if your testosterone level start to get low. It can be changes in your sexual function. This can include your sexual desire to have sex. It can be erectile dysfunction. Uh, you have fewer spontaneous erections. So all of these things could be symptoms, of lower testosterone. Changes in sleeping patterns. So you could see changes in your sleeping patterns. Low testosterone can cause that sleeping disturbance. Physical changes, various changes in your physical body, increased body fat, reduced muscle bulk. Because it's all about your masculinity. When your hormones start to change, you can see these things start to happen. Decreased bone density, swollen or tender breast. All right. Emotional changes, be emotional changes because you're starting to go through all of these things, and you don't feel as masculine as you used to because of these changes. Jackie, you want to hop in, you can.
Yeah, and men, how God created men, to be that protector, that provider, that hunter, that strong man. And so when men have to deal with some things like that, it's hard. And it's hard for them to accept that, and to even talk about it. Women, we more talk about these things, but men, they kind of just shut up, shut
And
kind of
especially,
close
yeah,
out and don't talk about these things. And
especially when it affects their feel that affects their masculinity or their sexual
right.
prowess. So yeah, men have a problem talking about things like that because they don't want to talk about things that make them feel weak. Now, good, bad, and indifference, we need to talk more about it. We need to have that friend or that man that we can talk to about it, and you definitely need to talk to your family. Let your wife know what's going on.
Talk to your healthcare
Right,
professional,
right.
let
Definitely the
when
healthcare
you start
professional.
experiencing any of those symptoms. And that's why we talk about prevented health.
Mhm.
We don't want to practice sick. Me, Coach been talking about. So many times we want to practice, sick care,
Mhm.
but we want to practice well care.
Right,
That means
preventive.
putting preventive measures in place. And we
Right.
know today in this world today, it's hard. So you have to go to the doctor. You have to, hey, I'm having these experiences, and that's why we have to be in tune to how our body is feeling,
Most definitely.
and we have to make sure when do we know we in and out of rhythm or out of sync.
Mhm.
That's that balance right there. When your body is off and when it's not off, when it's I'm looking for the word. We're in I can't think of the word right now, but I think of it.
Not
But
in harmony.
yeah, it's not in
Yeah.
harmony. It's still another
Homogeneous.
word. Yes, it's still,
Homogeneous, all one. Yeah.
yeah, it's not harmonizing together. So, and that's when you get these your yearly physicals, your eye exams, your dental exam. All these things have a relevant importance to your well-being, your health. So you have to get these checks. You can't diagnose yourself.
Mhm.
we trust God, we get in faith, but we can't be foolish as well.
Most
We
definitely.
got to practice preventive care. And so we're here. So this body is here, this physical body. So we always ask God and we pray, God, for long life, and divine sustainability, help us to sustain this physical body. But we got to put the practical wisdom and stuff in place,
Most
like
definitely.
going to the doctor,
Hmm.
talking to the doctor, asking the right questions. And in my past of working at the hospital, people would come in and they call back after they left the doctor and they call back. Oh, I forgot to ask the doctor this. So I always remind the patients, write down your first three important things. Write these things down because most older people, they do forget to ask
Most
the
definitely.
doctor stuff.
Most definitely.
So ask the doctors these questions. What are these? When they asking you how you feel, go ahead and have those three main priority questions there that you've been experiencing. So that way you can ask the doctors those things.
Hmm.
Go a little bit of deeper. Sometimes some doctors go just only to the surface, but if you have insurance and it's supposed to pay for it, go a little bit deeper. No, I know what my body is feeling. We need to go a little bit a step further and have this done and have that done. Just don't
Hmm.
accept what they say.
Hmm.
You go ahead and say no. And you have some doctors, they will. They'll go a little bit deeper. But some of them just deal with it on the surface and you have to get to the root of it.
Most definitely. So we, as I said, we're not going to do a deep dive in all of these, but I'm bringing it to bring awareness. We talked about testosterone a little bit, so you can do more research on that if you've never heard. Don't have a lot of information on that, but I mentioned androgen deficiency, androgen deficiencies. Now, androgens are the hormones that give men their male characteristics. Androgen deficiency means the body has lower levels of male sex hormones, particularly testosterone, than is needed for good health. Causes of androgen deficiency include problems of the testes, pituitary gland, and hypothalamus. So the androgen deficiency is treated with testosterone replacement therapy. So you can see how all of these things can start, kind of work together. They're all hormones and have different functions and different responsibilities in your body. So that's why, so as Jackie said, it's so important to get those yearly exams. And then if your doctor sees something, he may say, well, you need to come in the next 6 months, so they can start to monitor things to make sure that things, stay in order, stay in balance. See, the problem is that we don't get to a point to where we manage these things and we allow them to just get all too far out of whack, and then that's when the problem comes in. So that's why it's so important that you manage. Early detection is the best protection, and it gives you a better way to manage these things and keep them under control as long as you can as you age.
And also, and if it's something, and like Coach saying, if you catch these things and okay, I may, experiencing something early and it's like, okay, the doctor is monitoring. Go ahead and put things into practice. Holistic, if you can, that the first holistic medicine has its place. I'm not down in medicine,
Hmm.
but if you can do something holistic, you still at the point where I can holistic do this with changing my diet and eliminating extra salt. Uh, Decreasing, fried foods and, those
Yeah,
things,
healthy diet matters.
just see where your
Yeah.
diet is right now. See how I eat on a daily basis, on a consistent basis.
Hmm.
God was just sharing with me, if you don't mind, Coach, I was talking about just being consistent.
Hmm.
You need consistency, and God had consistency in the Bible because He told Joshua, "Read my word day and night,
Meditate.
that I may have good success." That's consistency.
Right, day and night.
Day and night. That's mean you're being consistent. God talked about consistency throughout the Bible.
Connect.
And when you have consistency in those areas, reading your word, praying intentionally, meditating consistently, you will have good success.
Right.
So being consistent at what? You take things that you're supposed to do, you put them into practice, and then you be consistent with it
Most definitely.
for and start seeing the changes in behaviors. It
Hmm.
don't happen automatically,
Hmm.
but if you do it consistently,
Right.
you will see the changing of the behavior, but you
Right.
got to be consistently. So that was a
That's key.
word God gave me this week
Yeah,
about
that's key.
being consistent,
That's key.
and it's all throughout the Bible
Hmm.
of being consistent.
Most definitely. It's key to be connected to God. He wants us to acknowledge Him in all things, and in order to do that, you have to be connected. And to be connected, you need to be consistent, repetitious in His Word, and have an intimate relationship with Him, not dipping and dabbing, not straddling fence. You got to have a consistent, connected relationship with the Lord Jesus Christ. And God will direct your path. He will give you the conviction when you need conviction. The Holy Spirit is there for you, and then He will give you the information you need by His Holy Spirit when you need it to walk into the seasons of your life. Um, so the next thing we talked about, testosterone. We talked about the androgen, and like I said, we can do deep dives in these things and just have a whole show talking about these individual areas. But I just want to bring it to make men aware, and then the hypogonadism. Hypogonadism. This is a word I didn't even know of a lot, but I ran across this when I was just, doing my research about men's health. And hypogonadism is a condition in which the body doesn't produce enough of the hormone that plays a key role in masculine growth and development during puberty. So this hypogonadism, it can hit you at birth, and it affects your testosterone and your sperm, producing sperm and things of that nature. So yeah, like I say, I didn't know a whole lot about this. Didn't even really heard of that word. But when I heard it, I say, well, let me just bring this and make them aware of it. That's why I put it on the screen so you know how to spell it, so you can go and look at it. And as I said, it can develop later in life, or it can develop at when you're born. Some of the symptoms of hypogonadism can begin during fetal development, during puberty, or during adulthood. And that's what we're kind of focusing on, what happens in adulthood. And in adulthood, males, hypogonadism can alter certain masculine physical characteristics and impair normal reproductive function. Early signs and symptoms might include decreased sex drive, just like the testosterone, decreased energy, depression, and over time, men with hypogonadism can develop erectile dysfunction. So all of these things affects our manhood. Infertility, decrease in hair growth on the face and body, decrease in muscle mass, development of breast tissue, and loss of bone mass. So all of these hormones that we've kind of talked about and went over a little bit this morning talks a little bit about how it affects a man masculinity and his sex drive. And Jackie, that's one of the reasons why it's so hard for men to talk about these things, because they don't want to be looked at in a different way as being weak or things like that. But men,
Right.
and
It's
man, I
because how
understand.
God made you
Right,
guys,
right, and that's understandable. But you have to talk about these things with family, and it's good to have a man that you can trust and have confidence
and
in,
having
and
a
that
safe,
you can have a conversation with,
you're having a
because
safe
yeah,
place and a
yeah,
space to share, because and you got to have that trust of another
right,
man to share that with, and it's kind of hard for men to share
right,
that. And but like I said, people are raising more awareness
mm-hmm,
now of men's health
yeah,
and well-being, mental health. So that's a good thing. So we're headed in the right directions,
most
and
definitely,
that's what Coach and I want to do. We want to help, and so that's part of some of the things that God is doing in new. We're developing other contents and other platforms of us talking about things about men health as well.
right, so most definitely. So yeah, man, it's good to have someone that you can have that confidence in, and know that, hey, because they may share something with you that they're going through that's similar to what you're going through.
Yes. So, guys, if this resonate with you, look at this information, see how it resonate with you, how it connects with you, and this may bring you awareness and see how you can just okay. I just really need to go to the doctor. Hey, when the last time I had a physical? When the last time I have been to the had a dental appointment? When the last time I have just did a prostate check? just all of those things. When the last time I had a colonoscopy?
Most
So
definitely.
these are some things to help you become aware. Okay, when the last time I even went and had a full panel on my blood work, or I just hit and miss and had a blood work here, but a full complete panel, which include urinalyses, all of those things. You have to think about those things. You really, and you don't have to, you ask your doctor sometimes, well, you just had, no, I am not asking. I'm telling you, I want a full panel,
Mm-hmm.
to make sure my blood range or everything is going in the right direction.
Most definitely. So let's talk about the prostate a little bit briefly before we get off the air on this morning. The prostate works for men's reproductive system. It makes it an ingredient called prostate specific antigen, which is our PSA. That prevents sperm from sticking together. Making PSA is a critical part of the prostate job. It's what is critical part of what it does. Now there are other cells in the body that can make PSA, but none more than the prostate. That's the central job of the prostate for that. As men, the prostate does not produce as much semen as men age as it used to, but the main change is the enlargement, and a lot of men have a normal enlargement that begins at about age 35, and some men, you'll be surprised, don't even deal with it at all. But that's far and in between. But most men start to have a prostate enlargement at about the age of 35. Some men, it can become a problem if it grows too much, so that's why it's so important to manage and monitor that through your doctor, because the urine travels through the urethra, the urethra, and the urethra passes through the prostate. As that prostate enlarges, as it gets bigger, it kind of chokes out the urethra. It narrows it, so it causes some issues with that. Jackie, you had something you wanted to?
Um, just get your prostate
Okay, I
exam.
thought you was tapping on my apple.
Yeah, I was trying to put it on the comments, Coach.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
but absolutely, like Coach said, get these things checked. Don't keep putting this off. Oh, I do it next year, or I do it next year, because you don't want to be able to. You don't want to know the unknown, but you have to have a positive attitude. But it's things that come with aging, guys. We can't control
Can't get
aging.
around it.
Ecclesiastes talked about that. There's a time for everything. There's a time for aging. It is. It's a time that we age.
And it's a good thing
And
to
it's a
age
good thing. It's a privilege to age. What but we want to age gracefully,
as gracefully as we
and
can.
and we want to be able to sustain our health as we age, and we
Most
want to
definitely.
be able to sustain our daily functional activities. But we need doctors,
Most
guys,
definitely.
to do
Most definitely.
what we need to do. But as much as we can, practice preventive with holistic care,
Most definitely.
and like I said, medicine have its place. But like Coach saying, these are some things you can't put off. We have to go to the doctor. We have to get uh, tests ran to make sure everything is well. Because we if we don't know what's going on, we don't know how to. Okay, this is what I'm praying for,
Hmm.
and we are going to. This is what we're going to pray for, and this is what we're going to pray, and this is, asking God the results for this, and
Most
so,
definitely.
and it's according to your faith.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
according to your faith, and so, and how you where you're at in your walk with God and trusting Him
So
with your help.
yeah, so I talked about the process and it enlarging, and it chokes out the urethra and it narrows it, and what does that cause? That causes trouble getting the flow of urine started. It can cause a weak stream. It can cause you, after you do urinate, to feel like you're still full, that you're not done. There's still a lot in your bladder. Now, it's good to keep in mind that it could be due to a weak bladder. Also, a weak bladder can play a role in those symptoms that I just talked about. But health conditions such as prostate cancer and low testosterone only affect men. It only affects men. Many of the major health risks that men face, like colon cancer, heart disease, it can be prevented, it can be treated with early diagnosis. And that's why I say early detection is the best protection, man. Don't wait till things get way out of whack before you start to get screened, to get tests and things like that, to find out what's going on with your body, so you can find these things early, so it can be easier for you to bounce back from.
And it's nothing to be embarrassed about.
No, so, yeah, I
You
mean, you're
know.
talking to your doctor. You gotta
Yeah,
talk to the
or
doctor.
like I said, and with others, and of course with your doctor. But some men feel like they can be embarrassed in talking about that, or it's going to take something away from them. Think about if a man is working, he's doing what he's doing, taking care of the
Hmm.
family, and he goes to the doctor, and the doctor just kind of like give him a report, and then you like, wow, this is why I don't go to the doctor. And some men do that. They think some men think like that. I'm not, I just don't want to be able. I can't take care of my family. I can't do this or I can't do that. We have to understand that. Some men think like that. Now you have some men. Hey, I'm going to the doctor, but majority of men they just won't. They
They
won't
wait it
go.
out.
Now
Wait it out.
men now are more becoming aware and going getting seen.
Hmm.
And of course if they have their loved one, their wife, there to help them or a family member to help them. Hey, listen, you need to go to the doctor.
Hmm.
I personally know people that would just like, I don't want to go to the doctor. I just don't want to go. I don't want to know.
Hmm.
Yes, so you
That's
have
so
to.
true.
Yes, it's real.
Yeah, that's true. So men with higher risk of developing prostate cancer include African Americans and those with a family history of prostate cancer. So those are those that with a higher risk. But you know that aging is a risk. So if you are at high risk or in a high risk group, you should consider getting screened for prostate cancer starting at age 40. Now, there's different general recommendations out there, but at some time between 35 40, you should start getting those prostate screenings. Men who are at a normal risk are encouraged to consider screening started at age 55. Again, these numbers to me seem type high because some people get it way before 50, start getting enlarged prostate way before 55. So you have to do what you feel is necessary for you. If you see any of the symptoms that I mentioned earlier, then and you're not 55, you're not 40, you want to get that checked out because you could start seeing an enlarged a prostate a little bit earlier than those times. Now, what do screenings look like? This is what get a lot of men. They don't want to go through these screenings. Screenings can include a digital rectal exam, that DRE. That's where the doctor do the finger thing. So a lot of men don't like that, because it's invasive and they don't like that. But just think about the purpose of it. Think about the purpose of it and the reason why they have to do that. And then you have the blood test that you could take, the PSA test, the prostate specific antigen test that can tell the doctors what your numbers are. And then if your numbers are high, there may be some other things that may be needed to be done. If your PSA test indicates an above normal result, then you've had a normal, and if you've had a normal DRE digital rectal exam, then there's a test out there. It's not at a lot of hospitals right now. It's at a few more than it's been, but you may be a candidate. You can talk to your doctor about what's called the prostate health index test. This is a blood test. It's similar to the PSA test, but it provides results with a higher specificity, of what's going on with your prostate. Now, the test was FDA approved in 2012, and at John Hopkins Hospital, and is one of a few medical centers that perform the test regularly. Like I said, it's not at a whole lot of hospitals, but you can talk to your doctor about it, and maybe you can be referred to a hospital or medical center that perform those
And
tests.
that's going deeper.
Hmm.
That's
Yeah,
going beneath the surface.
right.
And that's when you
With
have
more,
to
like
really.
I say, you will get more specificity on what's going on with your
Right.
prostate. Yeah,
Yes, absolutely.
but you'll have to talk to your doctor about
Yes,
those
and I
things.
and I want to interject here, Coach. I don't know if you have it on there because I know we're getting short coming up here.
Hmm.
But your diet, guys, you have to watch your diet. You have to watch your alcohol consumption. If
Right.
you smoke,
Right.
there are the holistic things out there to try. That's out there that you can,
Hmm.
to help. Turmeric is one. We're not telling you to because everything is different for everybody. Everybody responds differently when it comes to different nutrition and different treatments
Most
in
definitely.
their health. So
Most definitely.
you have to find, but just kind of, I think Coach gonna go over that with the diet. But
Yeah.
you really have to watch your diets, and that's just work for women as well. Certain things, watching the sugar
Hmm.
intake, alcohol, your fats,
Smoking. Stop.
smoking. Yes,
Yeah.
it's just smoking is just a no no.
Yeah.
That's just a no no.
And then
So
being physically active. You want to be physically active.
yes,
You want to move the
but
body.
as you age, watching the intensity.
Hmm.
of that, because that can affect the prostate
Most
as
definitely.
well too.
Most
So
definitely.
not saying that you don't work out, but just watch that intensity and
As you age.
as you age. And these are things that can, as personally as can happen, has happened, that we have evidence that they can, affect the prostate when the intensity is just really too high. So just watching that workout and finding that right intensity. Okay, okay.
Right,
I just
that
want to
that fits
interject
you.
on that,
Right,
coach.
right. So and on these all things that help you to protect your prostate. There's emerging evidence that indicates that a proper diet could help, keep your gland in a safe place. It's been studied that if you eat greens, uh, and those who ate greens, they mostly leafy greens such as spinach, the collards, things like that, had a 34% lower risk of developing aggressive prostate cancer. So if your prostate is enlarged, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have prostate cancer. Please keep that in mind, man. Your prostate can enlarge, and it doesn't mean that you have prostate cancer. But what helps that, what protects that, is that you create a environment in your body that is not conducive to cancer, that is not acidic and things of that nature. So that's why your diet is so important, to maintain a good diet, so that cancer can't grow in your body. And eating a lot of greens is good for that. Tomato soup, cooked tomatoes, is said to be good for men's prostate, to have a healthy prostate. Eating oranges is said to, citrus fruit can help you have a healthy prostate. And be careful with the type of oils you use. So consuming a large amount of saturated fats is linked to 51% increase of your enlarged prostate and prostate cancer. So be careful with those things. But also, it's said that if you get some sun, too little sun exposure actually increases your risk of getting prostate cancer. So vitamin D is very important to reducing your risk of prostate cancer. Vitamin D is also a good source for heart health, and it keeps your kidneys and pancreas healthy. So there's multiple things
Yeah, vitamin D is
that
very
vitamin
good
D
for
does
us.
for
I
us.
mean, we getting a lot of it out. Just don't
Yeah,
stay out there too long, but
most
just go
definitely.
out there and get you some good vitamin D, guys. For
Hmm.
get about 10 minutes, if you much, and just go out there and absorb that natural vitamin D
Most
out
definitely.
there. That's take advantage of that. That's one good thing about it.
That's it.
We can go out
Gotta
there
get it.
and get our vitamin D in,
Yeah.
guys. But guys, this has been a great conversation on men's health, men's menopause, andropause. I think Patrick, he kind of led the conversation. That's kind of his passion with men's health, as mine's with women health. So we just kind of collab together and bring this together. And it's so good that we can partner up together and just help men and women be more proactive and practice prevented care, well care, and not sick care.
That's what it's all about, man. I just want to
Yes.
encourage you to go and do a little bit more research on that testosterone, on those androgens, and on the hypogonadism. Do some more research on that, and so you'll be well informed. But listen, we want to thank you for listening to Help Matters on this morning with Jackie and Coach. We want you to like our Facebook page at Get Fit with Jackie Fitness and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Help Matters Jackie and Coach. And when you're looking, make sure you hit the like button, okay?
All right, guys. Remember, we're here to help you to become the better you, to be the best you that you can be. We always like to leave you with 3 John 2. Beloved, I wish above all things that you may prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prosper. Guys, you have a blessed and wonderful, wonderful day and week. And also, guys, stay hydrated. Keep yourself hydrated. Get your vitamin D, but be careful out in the extreme heats that we have. We love you guys. Thank you for joining us. We will see you next time here on
Health is
Help
life.
Matters with Jackie and Coach.
Your health
Talk to you
matters.
later.
You matter. Health begins in the spirit and the mind. Take time to love you. Live well. Be well.
Yeah, let's go.
Health matters to me.
Come on, get up. Cause you tuned into the station for your morning motivation to get your education for your health and your spiritual needs.
Health matters to me.
Yeah, strong will to empower the people, to promote the peace, though. Positive attitudes, behavior, that's a lifelong dream goals.
Health matters to me.
Yeah, health matters and we're here to help you become the better you, to be the best you, the best version you can be.
Health matters to me.
Yeah, and it's time for this classic, fantastic food for your soul. Here's Jackie and Coach Patrick right here. Let's go.